Throughout history, humans have always feared demons. In myths, legends, and stories, demons represent an unstoppable force, beings of chaos and destruction, far beyond the understanding or power of mortals. And yet, even among demons, there is one who stands above them all, Anos Voldigoad, the demon king of tyranny. While humans tremble at the mere mention of demons, the question is, where does this demon stand when compared to the very gods themselves? Can anyone rival a being who can erase opponents with a mere thought? It's time for me to take a step into the Matrix and show you just how strong Anos Voldigoad truly is. Even from the beginning, Anos' feats were impressive. After reincarnating 2,000 years later, he reborn himself and grew up in just a month. With his breath alone, he nullified magic and paralyzed someone with his words. Then he overwhelmed the same character with his heartbeat and flicked him away, leaving only their blood. But then, Anos revived him, and repeated the process a few times. After this, Anos returned home using teleportation magic. The character Anos had overwhelmed called his brother along with a group of randoms. His brother killed him, deeming him weak. The randoms tried to use magic against Anos, but Anos simply overheated their magic. The brother acted tough, casting a random spell and attacking Anos, but Anos remained unfazed. Anos then resurrected the character who had been killed and turned him into a zombie. The zombie became stronger than before and killed himself and his brother, but after the fight, Anos, showing generosity, resurrected them both. The next day, he had a duel with castles, but he ignored the rules. He teleported to his opponent's castle, bypassed the barrier, threw the entire castle into the air, caught it when it came down, then started spinning it on his finger like a basketball before throwing it at least 300 meters. He then destroyed his opponents with a weak fire spell. He also demonstrated the ability to read minds. Even after being stabbed through the chest, he felt nothing, simply pulling out the sword and throwing it away. Anos then fought the god of time. The god of time stopped time and pierced Anos' chest again, thinking he had killed him. But Anos surprised him from behind and delivered one of the best quotes in anime. And then he kills the god of time. Afterward, Anos demonstrates that he can interact with pocket dimensions or something similar. Following that, Anos' teacher tries to kill his mother. She burns Anos' fangirls and sprains his mother's ankle. Anos shows up, paralyzes the teacher, heals his fangirls and mother, then chokes the teacher and teleports her away. He pulls out a sword, stabs her, and kills her. But he's not done yet. Anos resurrects his teacher, changes her biology or race into the one she was racist against, and makes her immortal. He also fights heroes, and one of them gets blinked away with his spell. Anos then blows away a lake, turning it into a desert. He moves a moon to create a solar eclipse. Additionally, he reads over 100 books in about 3 seconds, memorizing every last detail. I won't mention more feats for more seasons, but let's just go over novels, which gives us a better understanding of the cosmology and what Anos is capable of. Orders are laws, scripts, and platonic concepts that govern everything within the world. Everything that exists is bound by order and must obey it. From this, we can clearly see that orders are platonic concepts. They existed before other concepts, and everything participates in them. Manipulating an order affects all objects related to that concept. Orders exist beyond the boundaries of time and space because they were present before the creation of the world and its concepts. They exist in a realm made of order, which excludes the dimensionality of space and time. This implies that orders scale to an outer-versal level, as per their definition. Additionally, order is a duality, stated to require equal order to exist, and this has been proven. Transcending order would still be outer-versal, as it would involve transduality type 2. Order is also referred to as the script or stage of the world, where changing it would mean altering the narrative it follows. Now, if we go even higher, we can discuss the god of absurdity. In transduality, there is type 3. To reach this level, one must not only use many-value logic, but also transcend both duality and transduality. The god of absurdity can manipulate both sides of order, such as hot and cold, and combine opposite natures into one coexisting form. This means it goes beyond normal duality and binary thinking, 0 and 1, and acts as a third option. Think of it as 2. Now, what does this have to do with Anos? Anos is not only a mystic who is unbound by order, but he is also chaos itself, an opposing option to all order, including the order of absurdity. This unlocks a new plane of logic, which in binary terms can be thought of as 3. Therefore, Anos' source is transdual type 3. Anos would scale to high outer-versal as per definition, but it doesn't end here. Everything I mentioned happened in Layer 0 of the Silver Sea, which consists of uninvolved worlds that are infinitely upon infinitely inferior to the higher layers. Using reasoning based on infinite hierarchies within each layer, Layer 0 would scale to infinite layers into high outer-versal, or at least Layer 1 would be such. However, since layers 1 to 99 can perceive themselves while Layer 0 worlds cannot perceive layers above them, we can use this logic to assert that it is a transcendence over the high outer-versal hierarchy, meaning Layer 1 would start at baseline extraversal. If not, Layer 2 could definitely be argued to be extraversal. This means that the Silver Sea is uncountably infinite into extraversal layers, and beyond that, there is the Abyss, which represents another inaccessible transcendence. If you're a bit nerdy of a scaler, you can join my server in which you will find a better explanation on cosmology. Anos scales to the whole cosmology. Now let's go over abilities, but I won't send scans since I have made a channel in my Discord server containing the scans with explanations for the abilities. So if you want scans for abilities, you'd have to join my Discord server. The link is in the description. First, we have his sword, which I won't bother saying the name of. This principle-destroying sword can destroy all things in creation. Whether it's providence, fate, or miracles, they can do nothing but bow down and disappear before it. No matter how tough, eternal, or infinite it is, the sword will destroy it alongside its reason. Before this principle-destroying sword, all reason is meaningless. Reason doesn't exist before sword, hence it broke a space completely isolated from the world, which makes it impossible to interfere from the outside. Avoiding this sword is useless, as avoiding it doesn't mean you avoided it, and it will still hit, no matter if you dodged it or not. Things like distances or dimensions are irrelevant. In front of this principle-destroying sword, all reason turns to nothing. Hence, it's useless to think about what it can or can't do. The only principle that the sword allows to exist is the destruction of Anos' enemies. It can destroy laws and concepts, can reverse cause and effect. New Scalia, who can come back from source to concept destruction, cannot regenerate when the sword is around. The sword is capable of completely destroying the target's source. Ibis Necron, when fused with Hugo Laraviaz, the embodiment of the world's order, still couldn't regenerate after having been cut by the sword, meaning that no matter what kind of regeneration you have, the sword will make it that it will never regenerate again. The sword can regenerate its wielder's source or concept after it's been destroyed, even if the wielder's regeneration is being completely negated. So yeah, the sword regenerates Anos' concept, even if it was destroyed, and it can negate the fact that the regeneration is being negated. He can reincarnate himself and his concept into another body. His eyes is beyond order, reason, and logic. They can destroy something that's indestructible, can change the cause and effect, negate the intention of harming Anos, change past and future. Negate any ability insight, can kill you just by looking at you and put you into sleep. Yes, his eyes alone can do that. Anos isn't omnipotent himself, but has beaten two omnipotent beings, which is kind of crazy. It would mean that Anos is above contradictions, not to mention Anos isn't even bounded by impossibility, meaning that anything is possible for him. He also can create any ability he needs in the specific situations when he needs something. Not to mention Anos doesn't even have a concept of himself, so killing him is impossible. Anos can time travel and stop time, make clones of himself he wants to, dead things can become into his soldiers if he wants to. He also has an automatic barrier around that prevents someone from harming him. Also control possibilities and not bounded by logic. Can seal someone for eternity and prevent them from using their power or magic to escape. Can create anything that exists and manipulate the whole reality and plot itself. And the same ability that was used against Anos once won't work on him again. Manipulates death and life, can make poison and curse, which will affect you not even by needing to touch you. He can literally sentence someone to death and they will just die. Can create illusions and teleport you out of the place to anywhere he wants you to go, read your mind, and control it. Overall, Anos scales above extraversal, arguably above tiering system, with irrelevant speed and pretty much with the best abilities you can think of. Being completely unkillable, being beyond logic, contradiction, and completely above the plot itself. Thanks for watching. It was me, Heligus, here. Like and subscribe. And I have created a Cash App account if you want me to make me some scaling or versus battle like one character against another. Just check out description for the details, and shout out to these guys for helping me out, and see you in the next video.